Hello guys and welcome to one of my first videos. So today I will be showing you on how to install MythicalDash because there's a lot of debate on how to install it. Even though the documents are pretty good written, some people just don't get it how to install, or they cannot fucking read. So first, what I'm gonna ask you to do is to have a server using Debian. I will show you how to install it on Debian, but on Ubuntu it's the same. You are gonna see, but it has to be Linux like Debian's or Ubuntu. That's what I'm gonna show you today. So first, you gotta have Pterodactyl installed somewhere. I will use my development panel, which is over here. As you see, I have some keys over here. I will be blurring those out. So yeah, I will use this panel as my main panel and make sure the VPS meets the minimum requirements. So to see if it does meet the minimum requirement, you are gonna have to enter inside your VPS. This is a development VPS. It does not have anything installed on it. So make sure you know that. You can install it on the same VPS as the panel. It will work just fine. You just have to skip the installation progress. Click on documentation, then click MythicalDash, then click install link, and here is where you're gonna pick your OS. First, if you're using Ubuntu or Oracle Cloud or whatever the fuck you're using, just select the operating system. I'm using Debian, so I will click on this. Those do the same thing, but I'm using Debian 12. As you see over here, Debian 12, bookworm. Then click on it. And first we got to update the packages on our server. If you see this, because this might happen, just install the maintenance version using your key. This happens pretty common. So next, you need a domain name. Like a domain name, it's like google.com, like this thing. First, you can get a domain from using Namecheap. It's really easy to get. Just search up Namecheap and buy a domain, or Freenom if you like to use free domains. I don't know why, but yeah. After that, you will have to add your domain inside Cloudflare. This does not have to be a separate domain by the Cloudflare. You just have to create another record. Make sure you name it like whatever you want. I will just name it client because I can. Then put in your server IP, then make sure it's proxied. It's the same as the panel. Make sure it's proxied and you put this IP. Then you save it. Then, if you don't have the panel installed using proxied, make sure you proxy it and just a panel. And then afterwards, go to where was it? Security, WAF for web application firewall. And then click on tools. Then I will need you to get every VPS you have from inside your DNS record and to paste the IP over here. Click, then click allow and click all websites in this account, or just this website if you just want to use this domain. And then give it a nice name like development VPS, like dashboard VPS or web server VPS. Give it whatever you want. In links here you will going to add every IP. This is to protect from DDoS protection, from DDoS attacks on your server, and this is kind of required. But yeah, make sure you have your domain set up over here. Next, you're gonna install the necessary packages. This just installs the certificates for PHP and much more. Again, if you have like Pterodactyl installed on your server, you can skip those steps. Like you can skip till here if you are installing on the same VPS. Now, actually, you might need to install this package, Dust Unix. So if you have Pterodactyl, you just have to install this package. Next is to add the PHP repositories and the MySQL repositories certificate, and then just to download them. And then you can just run apt update. This will update the packaging lists. Then make sure you type these commands to install every PHP extension. Again, if you are a Pterodactyl 8.2, you might use 8.1, not 8.2, because the panel is a little bit outdated. We are using the latest PHP version that is available. I know about PHP 8.3, but that's still in development, so we are not gonna install that. After that, make sure you copy this script. This is to install the MySQL server on your dash. This might depend, like the speed on how fast it downloads, it might depend on your VPS internet connection. So don't get angry because mine is faster or slower. This depends on the internet connection you have. Then install the packages like the MySQL server, the web server we are gonna use. Again, if you install Pterodactyl using AppCas and not Nginx, you might have to switch web servers because we do not officially support AppCas. We never tried it. I don't know even if it works. So if you used AppCas here inside Pterodactyl, make sure you switch over to Nginx. It's much faster and much better than AppCas. AppCas is a little bit outdated, and yeah, I'm pronouncing AppCas like that because I like it, and now you can get mad on it. Then you have to install Composer. If you do not know what Composer is like the brain of the packages that are inside PHP. Next is to create the file, the directory where our dash is gonna live inside. Then to go inside it. Then to copy over here this thing. Then to unzip the latest release inside the folder. Then to give the web server permissions to access this folder and to read and write inside it. Then I didn't want to do that. Then to go inside the dash if you're not already in it, and then to install every Composer package that's stable. Then just to enter. It's gonna install our package too, which is our web server that we wrote, PHP router. That's a router we wrote especially for all our products. Log in inside your MySQL database. If you did not set up a MySQL password, just press enter. Then copy this, open Notepad++ if you have it. If not, just open Notepad. I might leak something if I open that, so I will just go over here. Then make sure you replace your password with a strong password. I will just use my VPS password because I'm gonna reset it anyway afterwards. Then you can copy everything from here and just paste it in. Make sure you remember the password because you're gonna need it later on. Next thing is to configure the environment. So first, go inside the dashboard directory if you're not already inside it. Then use DOS to Unix. If you did not, like, if you installed Pterodactyl and you skip the installation step, you might just have to do apt install DOS to Unix. And then just run DOS to Unix arch.bash. Then run this script. That's gonna give access to our CLI inside the directory and also rename it to the right version you use. As you see, I'm using AMD 64. It supports ARM too, so don't worry. You don't actually have to run this because the arch.bash script runs it, so you can skip that one if you like. Then to create a new configuration file. Then to generate an encryption key. Now, when you generate it, make sure you never, but never in your life, regenerate it. So this is once at a time only because it's gonna encrypt the database, and then after the database is encrypted using this key, if you change it or remove it, the whole data is gone. So the only way to read the database is by using the same key that you encrypted it. This encryption is required, by the way. Then you have to set up the MySQL connection using environment database. then you can just press enter, and then you have to enter the password that you set up for the MySQL user in this step. Then press enter, and if the connection was succeeded, then you can continue. Then you have to migrate the database. This will just create all our tables inside the database. This might take a while. This will just execute every SQL script inside the MySQL database and create everything. Then it's to start a small GUI to set up the dashboard. Just press enter. Here you can name your host. I will just name it MythicalMarket because this was my old domain. This is just to use a logo. This you can either skip it and set it later up, or just put the logo URL where your logo is hosted at. Then you will have to get your pterodactyl URL. Just copy it from over here and paste it over here. Make sure you do not have this slash at the end. If I make the window bigger, never mind. Oh, wait. This is a bug from... Wait, that was a bug. Okay, now copy the URL. When you paste it, make sure you don't have this thing at the end, like this slash, delete it. That's required, as you see over here, how it should look like. Then press enter. Then go inside your panel, admin area and application API, and click on create new. Now make sure at the description you give it MythicalDash or whatever you want. You just have to recognize it that this is a dashboard. And do read and write, 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 and read and write. It has to have read and write to everything. Then create it. Then you will see here you get an IP. This is blurred. An API key. This is blurred for you, but yeah. And you'll see last used that it was never used. Then paste it. Then click enter, and if the connection was successfully, if you refresh, you will see last used like today. Next is to configure cron tab. Just do sudo cron tab A, then choose the first one, then press enter. If you installed pterodactyl on this VPS, you might have the pterodactyl config over here. Just do a space and paste in hours and then save it. Then you have to create an SSL certificate. Now, if you are using pterodactyl and you already created a certificate, you might just install this add-on. Or if it's a fresh VPS, you have to install both of them. Or you can just install this because this is going to install afterward. Now, if you're using Oracle Cloud, Oracle Cloud has a stupid firewall inside that cloud interface. I will not be showing you how to turn it off, but this command will turn it off from the VPS. So if you're using Oracle Cloud, make sure you paste those. As you see, I'm not, so it's gonna say command not found. Do not run that if you're not using Oracle Cloud. This will just open every port. Next is to create a certificate. Do Reboot, check only nginx D, and put your domain. Here, put an email address. Make sure you put a valid one. Then do yes. Then it's gonna ask you if you want to get like notifications when your certificate is gonna expire. Make sure you do yes. Or no, you do no, because we're gonna set cron tabs, so you don't really care about that and you don't want to get spam emails for them. This will send a request to get a certificate. And if you get account registered and registered certificate for your domain and successfully required a certificate, that means you got a certificate. If it fails for whatever reason, make sure you do systemctl stop nginx and then run this command This is only if it does not work. And then you can run that and see if it works. And if that did not work too, make sure you start your web server after you use this command, or yeah, after you want to use this command. Then you will have to do a DNS challenge. You just replace your domain, and it's gonna provide you with the steps on how to do that. Then edit the cron tab once more. Again, if you had pterodactyl, you should have this command right here, but if you don't, make sure you add this. This is kind of required. Then save it. Then do on the next web server step. Again, if you have pterodactyl installed, you don't have to run this command, but I don't, so I do. Next is to create a new file inside this path. So copy the path and you nano this, then add a backslash, and then copy this. Then do enter. Paste the name and do enter. Now copy this file, make sure you save it like inside a notepad. And here there are a couple things you might want to change. So first, it's the domain name. If you're using this domain name, make sure you do client.mythical market.me. Make sure you copy that one and paste it. Replace everything where you see like the main, but make sure you do not add the HTTPS part. That's kind of dumb to do. Copy it and paste it everywhere. And you see the main. Here you might see replace example domain with your domain. Just keep that. Now, if you're using PHP 8.1 and you don't want to use PHP 8.2, you can just replace over here from 8.2 with 8.1. But I'm gonna use 2 because it's way better than an outdated version of it. And make sure you copy everything. Copy it, then paste it over here and save the file. Then restart your web server, and it should work. Oh no, it will not work because we are inside the available site. So you have to run this command, which will copy it and enable it. No, just then run ngings t. This will test the configuration file, and it will say successful and okay. Then you good, and then you can start your server, web server. So after that, it should be installed. But first, this is for the hosts that have a lot of users and get a lot of DDoS attacks. I showed you how to configure inside Cloudflare. Now we need to configure something inside the server. So make sure to go at /cd/atc, then to go cd php, then to do ls and find the PHP version you are using, so 8.2. Then do ls and go to cd fpm. Then do nano php.ini. Then press Control and V and look for memory. Here you want to see it 128 mega. This depends on how much storage you have on a VPS. I have 2 gigs, so I can give it 1 gig. Just type 1 G for 1 gig. But if you don't have that much, just give it 512 mega. So you're gonna use this. So you need to increase this if you have a lot of users and a lot of DDoS attacks. You can increase this as much as you want, but do not increase it like to be overkill, and then PHP is gonna take all your RAM from the server. But make sure you increase this to skip like problems with DDoS attacks, like your website is gonna crash or other stuff. Make sure you do this on pterodactyl too. They do not say it. I don't say it in the docs, but I do it on my servers pretty often. So make sure you save it. And then as a last step, you need to reboot your server. So run sudo reboot. As you see, the server is gonna reboot now we don't need the console anymore, but we can go to the website that to the client we just installed. Mythical market.me. As you see, my server is up again. Then you will see this custom installer. Just do let's start, and it's gonna check if you installed everything right. This will just do a small checkup to see if you did install everything and make sure you do set up everything right. Now, for the first time you boot, first time you launch, you might want to open this in a new tab in incognito mode, so you don't have like ad blockers, or if you do have an ad blocker, stop it. This is just the system, you can disable it later on. Then to create, I will use my normal browser for this, so I will just turn off and refresh and go back up. Never mind, I don't. Oh, come on. Thank you. Now, you might see that you are prompted with a login screen. Just you create a new account. Now, if you're using already like a panel that already have like a ton of users, or you want to migrate from another client, that's highly recommended to don't, because you can corrupt your installation and your panel, because there might be people like they are gonna use the same name as they used inside the old client you are using. So make sure you have a clean panel. If that is impossible, do not. You can still use it, but it's at your own risk. So I will let this autofill, NaysKutzu, and my email. As you see, I already have this inside the panel, so I will change it to another email, which is pam prime servers.xyz, and I was just gonna say admin NaysKutzu, so it won't interfere with the panel. The username and the first name, doesn't matter, and I will use the password that I want to use. Then agree and sign up. If it says an error like cannot connect to the panel, that means it already has a user inside the panel, and the system itself cannot manage to link it with the client area. Now log in. This does not matter, this is just for designing purposes only. Then you are inside the dashboard. This is gonna be your interface and how your dashboard looks. Those are the default resources. You can customize them inside the settings, but first we are gonna go to health, and we are gonna check if everything is well, this is a bug, so the update. Oh yeah, you have 15 minutes after you install it. It uses caches, so 15 minutes you have to wait till this thing will work. And the anti-bot protection, it's the cloud for protection. I will show you on how to set it up later. So the first thing that you want to do is go to settings and change your name that you want to have, like, I don't know, my name is cool. Next, set up a company logo. I will just steal the Google logo, don't judge, I do not have a logo. I will just copy the image address. This is gonna look so shit, but okay. Then snow, this is the snow, like this is the winter update. You might see snow falling down the page. You can disable it. You're gonna get an Easter egg. I don't know if you know, but instead of you getting a success, you're just gonna get, well, it looks like your Grinch, but it will save inside the database. Next is the SEO description. This description you might see when you go inside Discord, and let me create a group so I don't leak anything. This you might see like the embed thing, like this thing. My name is cool, and you might see the Google logo. This is this description. You change this to whatever you want. Testing. This is a tutorial. You can type whatever the shit you want. And next is the SEO keywords. This is the keywords that your website will appear when you search it on Google, like free host. Like what's gonna show. So here you're gonna set up like free host, pterodactyl panel, your host name or not, and you have to separate it using a comma. So that's good to know. And make sure you save it. You have to save it every settings in particular. Next is the pterodactyl settings. You don't have to change those are automatically. Next is the stripe key. Stripe, if you want to set up like payments inside the store, you have a function over here. It's not enabled, so if you enable it, you will see you don't have enough coins. Would you like to buy more coins? If you click on this is gonna redirect to Stripe. So to get the Stripe key, you can click over here. No, so first you're gonna set up the currency. You can find the list of currency over here. This is the currency supported by Stripe. I will use euro. You don't have to type it lowercase or uppercase. The code will automatically format it, but please type it in uppercase. Price. This is the price for per one coin. So if one coin is 1 cent, just put it 0.1. If one coin is 1 euro, just put 1. I will put 1. The public key, you can get this if you click over here. If you click over here, it will open and it will prompt you to log in to get the API. Let me do that. Okay, so now if you're inside developer mode, make sure you turn this off. Well, if you clicked on that link, you won't be inside the developer mode, but I am because my account got suspended. Don't ask how I managed to do that. Make sure you replace your public key with your public key and the test key with your test key. So I will please reveal it and please give it to me. I will have to blur that, even though it's a test key. So make sure to save it. So now technically, if you are going to store, please load and click on here and click how many things you want to buy and do on purchase coins. You will see it will redirect you to your Stripe checkout that you have set up. So you're gonna see I'm gonna pay 25 cents for 1 coin. Is this, wait, I think I did a mistake over here. Oh yeah, this is 1 cent. This is 1 cent. So if you want to have 1 euros, you have to type 16. Sorry, my mistake. I don't know what I did right there. Now here you can do everything. It's gonna get the user email automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. And this description is automatically generated, and this shit too. So this will just do the job, I think. So if you want to see how it works, I will just use this and authorize the payment. And if everything succeeds, as you see, I'm gonna get payment, which the status is paid, and I will get my coins. I have 30 coins, yay! Using Stripe Getaway, and the user can always see his payments from inside the user settings payments. So this will always be right there. Next is to set up Discord. This is to link your Discord account to the client and log in using it. Now first you will have to click over here. We don't need that anymore. We don't need this anymore. This will redirect you directly to, oh my god, that come on, why? So apparently Discord does not like to go inside their developer portal shit because it logs me out. And this happens on my phone and this happens on my olds too, so apparently Discord is mad right now. But if you want to enable it, make sure to set it to true. Make sure to set up your Discord server ID, which you can get by right clicking your server and click on copy server ID, then place it over here, then put it in your new invite. Then if you want to get logs, put it in your webhook then set up the client IDs and the client secret, and you'll actually get the links that you have to set up inside the Discord all through the redirect, so make sure you set them up. Now here are the default resources when you register. So first I'm gonna set it to 12 coins, so you're gonna get 15 coins when you register. Then 1 gig of RAM, this has to be binary. Then 2 gigs of RAM, 2 gigs of space, then 1 CPU core, then 2 server limits, 2 allocations, 2 databases, 2 backups. We are gonna leave AFK enabled, so this is to enable the AFK page from inside the earning AFK, and I'm gonna set up with 10 coins per minute. This is overkill, but you can disable the AFK page. Next is the store's prices. I will not be showing you how to configure it. This is how you want to, this is per gig or value. So for example, this is 1 CPU core for 300, so this is 100% of CPU core. This is the mail server. This is to allow users to reset their password again. I will not be showing you on how to set this up. If you know how to set it up, set it up. I don't have a working mail server right now. Trust line, trust style. This is the anti-bot protection. This will display captchas from inside the dash. You click on that link, then you're gonna be redirected here. Then you click on get started for free. This will redirect you to your Cloudflare account over here, and you might have to add a site and then give it a name like Mythical Client. Then put in your domain client.mythicalmarket.me. Then make sure this is managed and click on create. Of course, Cloudflare is mad at me because I have so many domains. Let me choose this. But if you want to use like another thing you already have, make sure it's managed and make sure you can click on this. Then you can just add the thing you want, mythical client.mythical market. Click on manage, then copy your site key, paste it over here, then copy your secret key, paste it over here, and then save. This is if you have like another Cloudflare thing. Then save it. Now the next thing I'm gonna show you how to configure is the ads. This is in case you know how to code them, or this is in case of the ad provider has like a beautiful HTML code. You can just paste it and display it on your body. This supports, if you are a programmer, this does support PHP Script, so you can run like PHP scripts from inside this script. You can do whatever you want. This thing will be displayed on nearly every page, so you can just save it, enable it, except the admin page. So now you're gonna have like random shitty ass ads. Like as I said, this is advertisement title. This is gonna show you what you can code. This is custom coded. This will be displayed on every client page, even on client, even on AFK. This is gonna be displayed everywhere. Next is Linkvertise. Linkvertise, you can get your key from here by clicking here. I might have to log in. No, I don't. Get that. Then after you log in inside your publisher Linkvertise account, make sure you click on Full Script API. And at the Full Script API, you will actually get this thing, this number. Make sure you copy everything like from here, paste inside here, and make sure you get only this number. Only this number matters. And just paste it over here, make sure it's enabled, and coins is how many coins per Linkvertise link. So make sure you save it as like. So now you're gonna see if at the earning you have Linkvertise. And if you click on continue, it's gonna automatically redirect the users to a Linkvertise link. This is, and it's gonna earn you money because that's one of the few way you can do that. So next is custom CSS. Custom CSS as custom templates that you want to show, like if you know how to code, or if you have a team that's custom CSS, so you only have to put it over here, that's great because you can just paste it in and it will apply the interface inside it. So make sure you enable it, and here you can code your own custom CSS code, paste it and save it. It will work the best. Custom header code. This is the code that's gonna be placed on your header of the website on every page. As you see, you have this cute thing over here. Mythical client area. You can change this file. I will show you later on how to change it. You can paste in your Google thing. I don't know if you have one. Terms of service. This is gonna be your terms of service. So make sure you fill this up, because if you don't, you're gonna get your dashboard suspended by us. Here are the security options. If you want to disable the anti-ad blocker, if you want to stop the VPN, and if you want to allow alts on your server, make sure to save that. This is the privacy policy. Make sure you set this up. The server purge. This is if you have a lot of servers, you will just enable it, and it will each server will get active. Will get a warning and ask the client if their server is still active. Come on, you don't have to pop up. And when the time that you gave your user is done, you can just click on execute changes and read this whole stuff, because it's important. This will delete every server that did not get marked as active. So if you enable it and you run it, it will delete every server. And just read it and then confirm it, and then click on continue. This will purge every server that was not active. Next, what you're gonna set up is the eggs list. You have to add a new egg and go inside your panel. Then click on admin panel. Then click on nests. Then click on Minecraft if you are using Minecraft, and you will see this ID with 1. Make sure you paste this inside here. Make sure you fill this one with 1. What the heck, bro? Oh, make sure you don't not. Oh, my keyboard just broke. Make sure you fill that 1 to 1, and then the nest egg, the nest ID. This is the egg ID. Make sure to set that to 2 to 3 for paper. This might be something else. Here it's gonna name like how that egg should be named, paper. And apparently my backspace does not want to work today. Weird. And this is the category, so you're gonna do Minecraft. Okay, now this is just being weird. How I can't. No, my keyboard is real annoying. Like the key binds don't work. I gotta buy another keyboard. Paper. Even the tab thing does not work. Make sure to set it minaraf. Okay, fuck it. And then add it. This will add a new egg for the server creation. Next is to add a location. So make sure you click on locations and add a new location. Then give it a name like testing. Come on. I will let it to Cassian. Location ID. This will be the location from inside here. You cannot specify what node, you have to specify what location, so we're gonna use location 1. Make sure for every node you have other locations. Then give it how many servers you want maximum to be created, and then click on allocation. Next, you're gonna have to set up the eggs config. You have a pre-made template by us with over how many? I think it's over 73 custom configured egg configs. This is just for pterodactyl default value, so you don't have to configure this manually. You have a lot of them custom set up by us, but if you want to change them, just delete them and add another one. This will be like the name or like the value that is required, and the value afterwards. So make sure you fill that one. Next, you have after that you can create a server. So I'm gonna create. This is gonna autofill for every user. So I will just click on create. Now it's gonna create our server. Hopefully. You can refresh and check if it does go. Oh my god, my keybinds don't work. This is getting me crazy. Now, make sure if this does not create, it means that you did not set up a cron tab inside installing and the latest tab like cron tab configuration. Oh my god, this is so annoying, the browser or the keyboard. Why? And if you have the cron tab installed and this does still not create, you can go over to servers and QI logs. This will display every log from inside the QI. If it's something fails, it will show up over here. So for example, if something fails or the value is missing, you will be notified over on this page. This is the QI list, so here you're gonna see the servers that are in QI and are awaiting creations. And technically, this should the health page, you should make sure that everything is green to have a safe dashboard. So technically, this should be done. So you now can start your own host. But there is a still one thing that I promised to you guys that I'm gonna show you how to configure, which is this button. So this button is a local file saved inside the public folder. So to access it, make sure you enter up PuTTY. Oh, I did not set that. Oh, yeah, I know what they don't create because I disabled it from the panel. So make sure you connect to your server. Once this is the last time, just this isn't required, but set it up if you want to, I guess. So I'm gonna log in inside my VPS to set up the latest thing. Go to cd-var vpv mythical client, MythicalDash, sorry. Then do ls and then go cd public. And here you're gonna have mainfest.web mainfest. You can do nano mainfest.web mainfest. Then edit it, and here you can change everything. So even the name, the short name, the start URL, please do not change it. The display, don't change it. The orientation, don't change it. The background color, do not change it if you do not if you don't know what you're doing, or the theme color. Those are custom hex colors. The icons, change them from my icons to your icons, but just the CRC. Do not change anything else. The description, you can change it to everything, to the thing you want. The language, just leave it, and the categories, leave them, or you can add or others. But just for the fun, I will just mythical client area. I will just do like test. So you see it's gonna work. Test, standalone. Yeah, I will not change the logos. So save it, and afterwards, if you refresh, you might see that now come on. Oh, I have caches. So, yeah, as you see, install AppCas, and this does change. So the last step, this is just for somebody that wants to update the dash. If you want to update the dash from a 3x series, you can use this docs. You can use this document like over here. Or if you're lazy as hell, just go to cd-var vvv MythicalDash, and then just do bash update.bash. If this comes, just do sudo dos to Unix update.bash. Run that, and then you can just do sudo bash sudo bash update.bash, and this will prompt you for the password, for the MySQL password. If you did not set up one, just press enter. This is for the root user system password. You don't have to enter up the password you set up inside the configuration file. And this will just make a backup of your current client and your current database. Then it's gonna update with the newest versions. Then you can do yes. It's gonna migrate and it's done. So this is how you update MythicalDash. So this was the latest step that you can do with MythicalDash. So thank you for watching and see you soon.